It's like Indiana invaded Louisville. Can you imagine that? It's just across the river, and I'm sure some people went to same college together, to same high school together.
New tonight at 5:30, this Russian woman living right here in Louisville, joining with numerous others from there, speaking out against the invasion, saying she's devastated for the Ukrainians.
Yeah, she also says she feels this invasion will hurt Russia for years to come. WHAS 11's Rachel Droz joining us now. Rachel, I know you spoke to this woman at length today. What did she have to say?
Yeah, like you mentioned, she can't believe that this is even happening. And like many, she wants this conflict to end before even more lives are lost. She's also worried about the health of her family back home because of shortages happening due to the sanctions put in place against Russia.
Even in a bad dream, I couldn't imagine that my country, after what it went through, especially in the Second World War, would invade Ukraine.
Olga moved from Russia to the United States in 2014 with her now wife and daughter, and says seeing this war continue in Ukraine is heartbreaking.
I have friends in both countries. I'm from Russia, and I have a lot of friends there. At the same time, I have a lot of friends in Ukraine.
We're not using Olga's last name because she's worried about the safety of her family back in Russia. Olga says she's been to Ukraine several times, has many friends there, and supports their independence from Russia.
My message to Ukrainian, I'm sorry for what happened. I didn't want that.
Since coming to America, Olga says she's gained a lot of freedoms, including the right to marry her now wife.
Because both in my country and her country, the same-sex marriages are not allowed.
But Olga grew up in Russia. In this photo, you can see Olga, just 2 years old, sitting with her mom and dad. She still has a lot of friends and family there and says she's concerned about their health and well-being. Grocery prices are skyrocketing, and she says life-saving medication that some people she knows needs is getting hard to find.
I feel that Russian people are hostages in their own country right now. Those people who disagree with the government.
While Olga says she doesn't know what could be done diplomatically to end this crisis,
I don't know how. I'm against violence myself.
She remains hopeful some sort of deal can be reached soon to put an end to this war.
It's a tragedy. I think it's universal tragedy. And we'll pay for that like for decades.
And unfortunately, Olga's story isn't unique. I've spoken to many Russians living in Kentuckiana in the past 2 weeks. Many say they fear if this continues, their home country will struggle greatly. They also expressed concerns about what would happen to their family members back home in Russia if they spoke publicly about their support for the Ukrainian people or against Vladimir Putin.